Hi, I'm Mary Lawson, and this is my final exam video. Starting with responsibility. Responsibility is basically taking accountability. It's sticking up for the actions you have done, whether they're good or bad. Like for example, when you make a mistake, you take responsibility for it. You have responsibility such that you take action to fix what you have done. Me personally, responsibility has been very important in my college experience, such that it made me realize I actually need to stick up for my actions because my actions have consequences. For example, I had a test coming up and I waited till the last minute. I had to take responsibility for my procrastination because I had to study harder because I didn't study enough. And that was the night before. And I took responsibility such that the next test that came around, I was like, okay, I need to study earlier. Hence, I took responsibility. And this is very important because without responsibility, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. Because, for example, if you, like me, if I was to make another mistake, if I was to procrastinate again and don't take responsibility for my actions, it's going to have a greater impact in the future, which leads to the specific steps to take in the future. In the long run, I need to improve in this area. I need to stick up for my actions that I commit. For example, like procrastination, I need to realize, okay, I have to think in my head, okay, these actions have great consequences. How can I, as a person, reduce these consequences? Hence, what's the better action I can take? Instead of procrastinating, how can I study earlier? So in the long run in the semester, I need to realize actions do have consequences. If you decide to go to a party or study, those on their own have significant consequences that can have a positive and a negative impact. Okay, time management is basically balancing your time so that you can have enough time for each task. Like specifically allotting time for each task. Your time is balanced so that you have time to do everything. And for me, time management, I've been very poor in this area. For example, in my college experience, time management is important, but I've been very poor in this area because time management for me, like I spend too much time studying one thing. I would spend too much time studying chemistry, even though I have other things to do. I need to balance, in order to improve, I need to balance my time such that I have time to, for example, get this work done. I have time to get that work done. And I have time to do this. Like if I have a math assignment due, I probably need to do that first, get that done in 1 to 2 hours, and then move on to chemistry and other subjects that I have. So in the long run, I need to improve my time management by specifically allotting time for everything and setting time limitations for myself so that I don't remain focused on one thing. Because without time management, I can't get anything done, or else I'm just stuck working on one thing and then eventually running out of time. GPA, or grade point average, is basically, it tells your academic standing, whether it be accumulatively over if it's a major or a term, or for your degree. It kind of just depends, but as a whole, it's just your academic status. It stands for grade point average, and it's the total number of quality points divided by the total number of credit hours. Quality points are the grade points multiplied by the credit hours. For example, if I have an A in math, that's 4 grade points, and the class is worth 3 credit hours, so it'll be 4 times 3, which equals 12. And then you would do that same thing for each class, add them all up together, and you get your total number of quality points. And then, for example, if all my classes make up to be 14 credit hours, I'll divide those two numbers, and that would be my GPA. And it's on a 4.0 scale. And GPA is very important because without GPA, I don't know where I stand. For example, before this class, I had no idea what my GPA was. I knew I had A's and B's, but I thought my GPA was like really close to a 4.0. But in actuality, it's actually like a 3.5, 3.6-ish. So it made me realize, oh, I actually need to improve in in the areas that I need to. Like, for example, in chemistry, I had a B. And I realized, okay, I actually need to bring it up to an A in order to bring my grade point average closer to a 4.0. It's very important in the college experience for me to know, okay, I need to improve in this area so that I can boost my GPA to keep my scholarship and to have a good academic standing for when medical schools look for new applicants. And in the long run, the specific steps I'm taking to improve my GPA so far is okay, but I know it can be better. And in order to improve that in the future, I need to study harder in areas I need to study harder. Right? For example, I need to keep my grade in this class up because it's a B right now, and I need to bring it up to an A. And chemistry is a low A right now, so I know that I need to boost my grade in that area so that my GPA can be closer and closer to a 4.0. Without GPA, I don't know that I have to do this. I don't know what I need to do in order to improve. Without GPA, I don't know what to do. Okay, teamwork is basically working together in a group in order to complete a particular task using various resources from each person and various strengths and upholding people's weaknesses. What I mean by upholding, I mean if someone has a weakness, we take account for that and work together such that the strengths are better than the weaknesses as a whole. And teamwork in college experience, it's very important for me because I realize I don't work well on a team. This is an area I need to improve on. I'd rather work by myself. But for teamwork, I realize it's very important because without it, I won't know the areas I'm struggling in that someone can take an account for, and we can work together to improve that. And I can help others to improve in the areas they need work in, such that we work together and improve each other in the process. For example, in chemistry, I sit beside three people who we work together to uphold each other and uplift each other in the areas that we're weak in and work together to get the task done. We also study together and ask questions. If we need any help, we always call each other up, being like, hey, I need help on this thing, and we work together to get it done. That's teamwork. In the long run, to improve my teamwork skills, I have to open myself up open myself up about my strengths and weaknesses and what I can bring to the team such that I can uplift and encourage others such that I can improve myself and improve others in the process. Teamwork is very important such that I can further strive to improve and help others improve and be able at different jobs and work establishments that I'm going to be in the future, like medical school and stuff like that. That requires teamwork. And teamwork is an incredible skill to have such that if you need to work with people, you can get along with them and get the task done. So it matters because without it, I wouldn't get very far in life because teamwork is essential to get work done if you have to work with other people. All right, SMART goal is a specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound goal. It's setting an objective that's specific enough such that you know what you have to do and how to do it in a specific way. Now, for example, for me, goal setting is very important because without it, I have no motivation. It's very motivational to know, okay, I have a goal set before me, and this is what I have to do to get there. It's not just, I want to make all A's in all my classes. It's more like, I want to get my work done before Sunday evening. It's specific, and it's measurable, and it's attainable. It's realistic, and it's time-bound. It has all the specifics. such that I can work on this goal every day, a little bit every day, such that I could get my work done before that specific time. It motivates me, it propels me to do better because I have a goal in mind. I'm like, oh, I can do this. It's not just, you're not just doing random stuff just to get by. It's specific and directs me forward in the right path. Now, in the long run, my goal setting, can it always improve? But all in all, with this goal specifically, this from the goal setting assignment, by the way, this goal specifically, I've been doing very well in, such that I set alarms for myself. This is specific steps I'm maintaining. I set alarms for myself such that I know when to start my homework and when to stop, so that I can have time to rest and have free time for myself. It kind of ties into time management, such that goal setting has allowed me to manage my time so that I know what I have to do for that specific time in order to achieve my goal of getting it done by Sunday evening. Without goal setting, I have no motivation. I have no idea what to do and how to do it. I'm just kind of just blowing through the wind and just not really having a goal or motivation to strive for. With goals, I know where I have to go and how to get there. Stress management is basically keeping your stress at a manageable or low level. You never let stress exceed to a point where you can't function. That's stress management. And there are counseling services provided UAB, such as the UAB Well app. That's what I use personally because my stress management is very poor. And it allows me to journal in how I'm feeling that day and set goals for myself for that day to get done. Like, did I go for a walk? Did I listen to my favorite song to keep my spirits up? Like, it kind of keeps you on track. It kind of just keeps you on track, like, every day to make sure your mental health is fine. Like, how is your wellness? It's a wellness check, basically. And it helps a whole bunch. Now, for me, stress management areas I haven't been doing well because I get very easily overwhelmed and stressed out with all the work I have to do. And to improve in this area, I find myself, when I get too overwhelmed, I just sit there and breathe. And that's one of the ways to manage stress is to just breathe. It's a good exercise to have. Just sit there and breathe, and then gather yourself, to slow down your heart rate, and just relax for that, even if it's just for a minute. And it is very helpful. In the long run, just to assess to manage stress, I'm gonna keep doing the breathing exercises, and I also, for the college experience, it's just important to manage stress because, like, college can be very stressful, and if I can't manage it, then I'm not going to get far, because if I get stressed out, that'll lead to my health dwindling and me not be able to do anything. I'll just be stuck in place, being overwhelmed and stressed out, and then I'll eventually burn out, which can lead to other health issues, and I won't get very far in life and won't get very far in college. And I plan on using UAB's therapy sessions as well. They're free, and it'll just help me as a whole keep my mental health in check and keep my stress levels to a minimum so that I can get my work done in a timely manner and not be stressed when a test or an assignment that's due and it comes around and it hits me unexpectedly. Now, this kind of falls into personal health, because to maintain your health, you have to manage your stress. Personal health involves, it's physical, mental, emotional. It's just keeping you stable. It's basically stability. Maintaining your health is just keeping your body stable, your mind stable, your emotions stable. You're not letting any of that be unstable. And personal health, for me, maintaining it has been personally very difficult, even though it plays a huge role in the college experience because you have to maintain your health for in order to get work done and in order to keep up with the workload, the course load. It's just without that stability, that physical, mental, and emotional stability, you won't get very far. You'll get sick, you won't be able to study, you won't be able to go out, and you'll just be there sick. And for me, I have not been managing my health very well. I have been eating unhealthily, which led to me having very low energy levels and leading me to become overwhelmed and stressed out very easily, which makes stress management all the more difficult, especially with the heavy course load. So for me, it's essential that I improve in this area because in the long run, if I don't manage my health will dwindle. And if my health dwindles, I won't be able to do anything. I'll be too sick to do anything. You can't study if you're too tired and too weak to even lift up your head. I know that's an exaggerated example, but it happens to me sometimes. So it's important that I keep my energy up and maintain my health, eating healthy, getting exercise, making sure I take care of my mental health by managing my stress and using the UAB Well app or going to therapy or calling up friends and family for help and stuff, such that in the long run I can get my work done and I can make sure I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I'm getting time to myself as well. Now, last but not least, study skills. Study skills kind of ties back into SMART goals because one of my goals was to improve my studying. And it's just study skills are basically the skills that you have, whether it be auditory, visual, or tactile, which means like touching stuff, that those skills allow you to be able to get work done. Being able to study such that you can retain information your own way and be able to apply it properly. For me, study skills in my college experience has been changing. I used to initially just had to read it out loud and I got it immediately. But that has changed over time because I find myself being able to just simply read it, and because I'm a visual and an auditory, just read it and hear the voice in my head reading it to me and being like, okay, I got it. That's how I retain my information. Everybody retains information differently, but for me, I found what works best such that I don't study for too long and I don't study not for too short. And I allow myself, okay, I know how to do this. I can retain the information. And I don't just be stuck on one topic and be sharpened on one topic and not be sharpening in other topics. Study skills allow me to broaden my horizon of how much I can study and be able to know, okay, I can study this and be good at it, or I need to study in this some more because I'm not as good at it. In the long run, study skills for me, I feel like are going to continuously change, and I need to continuously improve to keep up with the course load as it changes and gets more and more difficult. Hence why it changes and it needs to adapt. My study skills, they need to adapt so that they can keep up with the course load and I could be able to study and be sharp in all the topics. Because without study skills, I won't get far in college because studying is a huge part of college. And and I'm on the pre-med route and I need to study such that I can be prepared for the MCAT and be accepted into medical school and pass on my classes. So study skills are very important and I'm going to keep changing them such that they are more appealing to my visual and auditory aspects of my learning preferences. Probably be watching more videos with diagrams and listening listening in and learn auditorily and visually, such that I can get my work done and pass the exams. And that is the end.